Hi, my name is Cold Beer, and let's start with Titan Station. Give me that. Give me that. Oh.
Yes, very good.
Titan Station. This is a retro sci-fi adventure that takes us far into the future, in the year of 1999. Yeah, the retro future is in the past, but somehow we have all these wonderful things we managed to achieve with the technology of the past. A really cool genre reminding us of all these science fiction novels we have read in our teens. So here you are, a systems operator, casual worker of the space station. But after arriving, your mundane work turns into a struggle for your very life as you make a shocking discovery. You have to believe me here, because this is not a channel of spoilers, most of the time. Well, half of the time. Still, that counts. Subscribe. Anyway, the station is connected to Saturn's moon Titan by an elevator and pipeline system. Really cool concept. Here you won't find any combat, and the game itself will take about 4 hours to complete. If you liked games like The Invincible, Outer Wilds or Observation, Titan Station is your spoon of potato salad. More than 90% of reviews on Steam are positive. The Bloodline. This is an open-world fantasy action RPG where you will take on a role of a descendant of a magical lineage. You are gifted the power of foresight by an ancient god to protect the world from evil. Here the adventure is yours. You will follow quest lines to help the people or roam the world freely at your own pace, allowing organic opportunities or organic deaths to arise. You will reform bonds between kingdoms, construct a village and prepare the world for the return of evil stuff. Just like in the Elder Scrolls games, here you will explore the world, join various guilds, hunt magical creatures, or become a bard at the local tavern. The game doesn't hold your hand or penis, you can enjoy and experience it in any way you desire. Deadlink. This is a cyberpunk first-person shooter with roguelite elements. You are an elite operative recruited for the experimental Deadlink project. So here you'll pilot an autonomous combat shell and fight your way through cramped slums, twisted labs and grimy warehouses to topple the most powerful corporations. You'll find a deadly and diverse arsenal of weapons, upgrade your skills and tech, devastate destructible environments and bankrupt the evil corporations. By killing all their employees, I guess. Yeah, you can't make millions of dirty money if everyone who works for you is dead. The logic is unbeatable, unlike your enemies. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that you will play this game just because of the story, the plot and love-hate relations between simple folk and the evil rich. That small part of never-ending carnage is just a nice addition, not important. 9-bit Armies, a bit too far. Most of us know the 8-bit RTS series, and this is the latest game in the franchise. In 9-bit Armies you will rally your military forces across a variety of battlefields and act out your strategy over land, sea and air. Yeah, the holy trinity of every good RTS game. You will deploy your airborne soldiers, destroy bridges and aim your super weapons at your puny enemies. You can also join others online, playing together with your friends in co-op campaigns or against them in a mix of skirmishes supporting up to 8 players. The game is filled with various innovations like swimming infantry or sharks who can eat them, but the UI and whole setting looks and feels very close to Command & Conquer, so you will feel right at home here. 9-bit Armies will provide a bit better and smoother gameplay, better map layouts and medal system kinda similar to StarCraft 2 campaign achievements. You can download new maps and mods with full Steam Workshop integration and discover new ways to render all to burning bits and bytes. You can also upload your own mods and maps to share with friends and foes alike. Game also supports LAN PvP, so you can organize wild parties with your friends and keep your virginity safe like never before. Fell Seal Arbiter's Mark. This is a beautifully hand-drawn, story-driven, turn-based tactical RPG set in a fantasy world with a touch of steampunk. You'll experience an epic and mature story unfolding through over 40 encounters and topped with challenging endgame content. To progress, you will have to master classic tactical combat battles with rugged terrain and elevation. Class system contains over 30 classes and 300 abilities. It lets you customize every one of your characters through the selection of their class, subclass and passives. People on Steam are saying that this game is simply awesome. And tactics-wise, if you want a real challenge, play on very hard mode and prove that you have the biggest, hardest and hairiest mental balls a person could have. V-Rising. In this survival action RPG, you will awaken as a weakened vampire after centuries of slumber. You will hunt for blood in nearby settlements to regain your strength, while hiding from the scorching sun and aggressive garlic cloves. You will also have to rebuild your castle from ruins and convert humans into your loyal servants in a quest to raise your vampire empire. People on Steam are saying that the combat here is largely dependent on skill and not on RNG, which is undoubtedly one of the best features of this game. Also, the co-op part of V Rising is made very well, so if you have a friend, you have my all recommendations to play this game together. And I literally mean together, not against each other, because the PvP part of the game is pretty boring.
My friend Pedro.
This is a violent ballet about friendship, imagination, and one's man's struggle to obliterate anyone in his path. The strategic use of split aiming, slow motion, and the old stylish window breach create one action sequence after another. If I had to describe this game in one word, it would be fluid, intuitive. Well, that's 3 words, but I was never good at counting. Anyway, this game is pure carnage with amazing features like time slowing and killing enemies with a frying pan. People on Steam are saying that this is a platforming Max Payne, although yellower and with Adidas tracksuit. And you know, Pedro, it's not you, it's a talking banana which makes you commit murders. Great game. Death Stranding Director's Cut. After the collapse of civilization, you must journey across a ravaged landscape crawling with dangers to save mankind from the brink of extinction. Game is created by legendary Hideo Kojima, so brace yourself for some weirdness. The famous Danish actor Mads Mikkelsen and the Walking Dead hair model Norman Reedus gave their bodies and voices to the characters, so that alone is probably enough to catch your attention. Also, you can actually take a Dumpty Dump in there. Such nice details. Death Stranding is definitely not a standard game. It really differs from almost everything I have seen. Some salty guys call the game a walking simulator, but you know, in a walking simulator you can't die, and here death is on every corner. It's even in the name of the game. Death Stranding can be too stressful for more sensitive people, so keep in mind that this is not just a happy walk in a park. It's quite dark and gloomy, and it will really test your nerves. Deflector. This is a top-down action roguelite where you dive deep into hostile worlds teeming with viruses. You will encounter increasingly challenging enemies with your weapons and their own deflected projectiles. You will also have to choose one of several bioshells, each with unique weapons, abilities and means of deflecting projectiles. You know, the name of the game is not just a fancy word. It's your profession, I guess. I can even imagine the job listing for the task.
Must have at least 50 years experience of deflecting. Have to speak native level of Spanish, English, Lithuanian, Ukrainian and Mandarin. Must be proactive, must have experience of koala breeding, taming ostriches and at least PhD in quantum physics. Salary €3 an hour.
To be honest, all the job ads sounds this way. So here every world you'll visit is filled with unique hostile fauna, ready to swarm you with their pathetic bodies and stingy bullets. The game is difficult and dying here will be your daily routine. Every enemy is deadly, from the smallest stuff to the imposing apex virus at the end of each world. But don't you worry, you will learn to overcome every foe through trial and error. Well, honestly, probably not, I'm just being nice, but you may have fun anyway. The review score is close to 90%, so if you like the style, think of getting it. Gloom. Here, afflicted by severe amnesia, you drift deep into the common dream. You scour for the lost pages of the Necronomicon, while clinging on any little purpose you have left. Faced with mad dreamers and horrible abominations, like, you know, people who like pineapple in their potato salad, and eldritch deities, you feel drawn to the dark abyss deep within. The game is inspired by H.P. Lovecraft, but has an original story. You'll find a wide array of weapons, items and foes offering tons of unique, compelling scenarios. Also, procedural level structure that ensures endless replay value. People on Steam are saying that the game has a great story, a bit clunky combat, and you won't like this, a permadeath. Yeah, if you die, then you die, and the only thing you get for it is a bunch of tokens to start a little stronger next time. Gloom has a very positive review score on Steam, and the price is more than nice. Apsulov, End of Gods. In this futuristic Viking horror, you awaken a sanctuary of steel and concrete. It was built to research and exploit the worlds of Yggdrasil and to house an artifact buried in the earth eons ago. Your task is to unveil the secrets of the mythology, the artifacts themselves, and explore the realms. The game is pretty scary, but as I always say, the funny thing is the name. Apsulov to me sounds like a Slavic surname, you know.
Artyom Apsulov, engineer of Chernobyl power plant. It's all your fault.
People are saying that Apsulov called End of Gods has an interesting story, great voice acting, but also a bit clunky combat. But it's not a combat game, but more of a walking simulator. Be sure you like these. Anyway, the game has very positive reviews on Steam, so I can only suggest you to dive into this sci-fi Viking horror and have a great time. Iron Lung. This is a short horror game where you'll pilot a submarine on the alien moon in the ocean of blood. You'll navigate using an incomplete satellite map and proximity sensors, and will have extremely limited vision of your surroundings through the lens of a grainy still camera. Game may not look like much, but I dare you to try it. The setting will quickly build dread and paranoia in your veins, be sure of that. Iron Lung is super short, it won't take you longer than an hour to finish, so I suggest you to avoid watching gameplays, and even this short review is not what you want to see. At least I muted the sound, which is the main thing of this game. Anyway, one fun fact for the end. Markiplier played the game and he was so impressed he decided to make a movie based on it. It is finished but not released yet, although who knows when you are watching this video, so check it out just to be sure. Last Train Home. You will embark on a desperate mission through the depths of a wasteland ravaged by war. Your goal is to guide Czechoslovak soldiers back to home on board an armored train. But the path ahead is fraught with peril. Caught in the middle of a brutal civil war between Russia's red and white armies, your unit must remain in fighting shape, managing what little resources you have and maintaining morale at all costs. Venture through the bleak and unforgiving landscape of Siberia, where the freezing cold and the merciless environment will push you to your very limit. Resources are scarce and your crew is exhausted, but you must never give up. All my life I rode made in Czechoslovakia trolleybuses in Vilnius. Some of them are still riding in the streets. They are like 50 years old and they still run. So one thing I'm completely sure about these guys: everything that's made in Czechoslovakia is unbreakable, except the country itself. What an irony.
Voor De Kroon.
Or whatever it is pronounced, is not something you encounter every day. It is a mishmash of games like Chivalry, Mount and Blade, and even Total War, or as developers call it, just a medieval war game. You will fight for control during the Frisian-Olandic Wars. Set in the medieval 13th century, the game features a strategy campaign and historical battles. You will fight with your army and command your troops, or you can fight as one of your units in first person. The concept is not new, but it's for sure an entertaining one. Developers say that the appearance of the warriors is as authentic as possible. They have researched and recreated all the historical armors with love, or with hate, I don't know which is better for historical reasons, and you will participate in battles with up to 720 of these fancy knights. The game is in early access, but it already has around 90% of positive reviews, so for this title the future seems bright. Dungeons 3. You will be able to unleash your dark side by creating a unique underground dungeon from an array of rooms, traps and structures. You can raise a pretty despicable army here. Your goal, of course, is to corrupt the land and destroy all things cute or even remotely good. Yes, you can visit the overworld here and, yes, let the terror thrive. The game has randomly generated levels, so it has great replayability. Isn't it awesome, friend? Don't you think so, friend? Notice how I called you a friend? It's because you are subscribed to my channel, right? Right? Anyways, people on Steam are saying that this game has tons of Easter eggs and nerdy references. It's like it was made for us.
Yeah, it was literally made for us, you genius.
Oh, shut up. Teardown. This sandbox game features a fully destructible and interactive environment. You can plan the perfect heist using creative problem solving, brute force and everything in between. Tear down walls with explosives or vehicles to create shortcuts, stack objects, build structures or use floating stuff to your advantage. Run, drive, jump, slingshot, you can do whatever you need to achieve your goal. Avoid robots or steal whatever your client asks for, but make sure not to get caught. Game has not only sandbox mode but also a serious campaign where you start accepting work from more or less shady persons. This is a story of a murky soup of revenge, betrayal and insurance fraud. Yeah, that kind of depth in, as it seems, destructible environment engine is absolutely wild. You soon find yourself stealing cars, demolishing buildings, blowing up safes, avoiding trigger-happy robots and many more. The game has above 90% positive review score and is more than worthy of your attention. Blasphemous 2. Awakened in a strange new land and displaced from your final resting place, you thrust back into the endless cycle of life, death, and resurrection. There is no other option than to explore this perilous new world and uncover its long-forgotten secrets. There is nothing game-changing or very innovative in the second part of the Blasphemous, but you know the rule: if it's not broken, don't fix it. Your journey starts anew in a series of enchantingly grotesque landscapes, oozing gothic charm and littered with unforgiving traps. How you tackle the labyrinthian world remains at your discretion. There is no wrong turn to be made, only scores to settle. Taking down your enemies won't be easy, but the game is offering more chances to customize and improve your skill set, along with several new unique weapons to wield, so victory might just be within your grasp, but probably not. Stronghold Definitive Edition. This castle life and defense simulator allows you to design, build and destroy historical castles and engage in medieval warfare against the AI in 26 campaign missions or online with up to 8 players. With 4 renegade lords to defeat, it is up to you to reunite medieval England and take back your lands. Missions range from breaking sieges and capturing enemy castles to raising gold and holding off enemy attacks. Also featured is a full economic campaign, which will task you to gather resources and build weapons within the time limit. So to be short, here you will build your dream castle and feel important for a short period of time, until your dream castle crumbles down and burns to the ground. Like your hopes that your boss will raise your salary one day. Just find another job, dude. Let this be a sign for you to change your life for the better. Song of Horror Complete Edition. So this is a cute game for the whole family. Well, if you are a family of monsters, that is. Otherwise, this is a psychological horror game for adults. Here, a famous writer has gone missing, along with his entire family. Worried, his editor sent an assistant to his house in order to look for him, but he never came back. If you have seen the movie In the Mouth of Madness with Sam Neill, you can draw parallels already. But that is not the same story, oh no. Here, these disappearances spark a set of events that will soon reveal something dreadful. A nameless dark entity known only as the Presence seems to be responsible. But this is not just a simple horror jump-scare infused game.
Oh no.
The evil Presence is controlled by an advanced AI that adapts to your actions and decisions, and that makes it, you know, actually alive. That is extremely creepy. So as a player, you will live the story through the eyes of a varied set of characters related to the story in their own way. Every character is different and brings their unique point of view to the investigation, allowing you to approach clues and items differently, but all of them can die if the Presence gets to them, and death is permanent. So how strong are your mental balls? Some say that the game has better horror than Lovecraft has ever written. Well, it's for you to decide, if you have a pair, but I recommend having at least 7 of them. Hauntii. It is time for some fancy art, which coincidentally is also a video game. This is probably the best short description of Hauntii. Cute puzzle platformer with incredible visuals. Here you will take on the role of a naive ghost on a journey to ascend beyond the afterlife. You will explore, solve challenges and collect star fragments to reveal the moments of your past life. Your hero can use the unique haunt mechanic to possess and take control over almost anything. Even trees or potato salad. Can you imagine a haunted potato salad?
Ooh, eat me. I'm delicious, and not in a sexual way. I'm a salad, you pervert. Ooh, add more salt. Yes, yes, perfection.
So besides that, you will dash, jump, blast, glide and shake your way through the world of Afterlife. On Steam, the game has a very positive review score, and people are saying that besides the fun gameplay, the soundtrack is really cool as well. And it's not as short as you might expect from a game like that. You will probably finish it in about 10 hours. Pumpkin Jack. With more than 90% of positive review score on Steam, this hack-and-slash adventure platformer should grab your attention by its balls.
Wait, what?
Shut up. Here you'll travel across dangerous landscapes in levels featuring alluring atmospheres, each crafted with vibrant color palettes and cool lighting effects. Here you must master the art of combo attacks, learn dodging and timing to survive dynamic real-time battles. You will unlock powerful weapons and solve puzzles that focus on physics. Use your flaming head to burn books, hammer some moles, and create pathways for magic spheres as each level introduces new challenges. You'll also find helpful companions to assist you on your journey, including an owl to guide you along, and a crow itching to assist you with long-range attacks. This game is meant for pure entertainment. Great visuals, interesting storyline, and dynamic battles await you here. Also, the humor is quite nice as well.
And now thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.